діти роду козацького ми.
Sponsored by Ukrainian Credit Union. Believe it or not, it's Ron Kohut with Stay Ukrainian, my friends.
We're Cossack children of history.
Well, I'm standing here at Uno with Marta Buric. You've got a very unique thing going on in Ukraine, the Konvalia project. We'll just call it that. It's got a very long time. Explain exactly what it's about.
Well, at this time, what we've done is we have been working on training social workers in order to provide counseling services for internally displaced people in Ukraine. So because of the conflict, a lot of people had to leave their homes and leave their workplaces and families, and they are settled in all different places in Ukraine, but the government really is not providing a whole lot of social or psychosocial support for them.
Mm-hmm.
And there's humanitarian support, but it's not enough.
Well, now you're internal, we're talking Crimea, eastern Ukraine, we're talking people who have been displaced within their own country, though.
Yes, yes.
Now, I was reading on your site, on your website, that there's abuse and things like that you're dealing with. Are there laws in Ukraine that support? For instance, if you issue a restraining order, is it supported by law in Ukraine?
I don't think there is such a thing as a restraining order in Ukraine.
There you go.
So, and there are very, very few laws that support women in situations of domestic violence. We are actually dealing with more than just abuse. We're dealing with individuals who are trying to resettle in new places. So they're dealing with situations such as grief and anxiety, depression, PTSD, which is post-traumatic stress disorder. So we're helping them live in their new places and adjust and settle into a new life and to develop a new life in wherever it is that they've settled within Ukraine.
Now, this is fairly psychological. Are you
Very.
a psychologist?
I'm a social worker.
Oh, well, then there you go. Are there trained psychologists and that they're working too with these people?
Yes, I'm working with a charitable organization called Bethany Social Services, or Vifania, in Ukraine, and they are all masters of social workers, and they have been trained at the Kiev Mohila Academy.
So this is your baby, right, from top
Yes,
to
it
bottom?
is.
It is.
Yes, it is.
How long ago did you start?
It started back in 2000, and it became a charitable organization in 2003. Because the delay in the charitable registration number was because 9/11 happened. But we got the charitable number since 2003, and it started off as teaching social work courses at the Kiev Mohila Academy, then working and developing the prevention of domestic violence program, and now we're working in training social workers and supervising them when they provide the counseling services for the internally displaced people in Ukraine.
Now, the diaspora here in Canada, in Toronto, is doing great fundraising for Ukraine. Are you getting any of that?
I am.
Oh, good.
I am. I've been putting out the tentacles and getting some fundraising and getting some really appreciated dollars.
Now, when you go, you said you were going to Ukraine in April?
Yes, yes.
How long will you be there for?
I'm going to be there for 2 weeks, and I'll be working directly with the staff at Vifania. And they're the ones that then go out and train the social workers and supervise the social workers, and I supervise them, supervising the social workers.
Now, you say you'll be there, Kyiv or Lviv, you eastern or western?
I'm going to be centrally located in Kyiv.
In
Yes.
Kyiv, yes. And that's where all of your work is done, is in Kyiv? You don't go further west?
I don't personally go further west or east, but the main services and the main training that is being done is done in Kyiv and in eastern Ukraine.
Are there offices there, or how do people find you that need your help?
Well, the people at Bethany, they have, because they've been around for a very long time and they've been working all around Ukraine for many, many years, they have connections, and so we have offices there that we can use for the training and for the social workers to provide the services.
I guess my next question, and this may be a little bit of a strange question, how appreciative are the people there?
I think that they are very appreciative. The ones that can actually see that, the ones that actually come into get the help, they are very appreciative. The ones that are super appreciative are the social workers that we train that then go and help the individuals and families.
It's a high stress level on not necessarily. Well, I guess on your part is it's a bit stressful, but the people are they must be extremely stressed out.
They're very stressed out. It's like, being taken right out of their homes, out of what they know, out of their cultures, and, basically trying to figure out how it is that they're going to make a new living. And it's usually women and children and the elderly and disabled that we're working with, because the men have been conscripted to go and fight.
Right. So
Yeah.
that's strike two for these women
Yes,
and children and families.
exactly.
They're,
Exactly. One of the big challenges are that people, when they hear that it's a displaced person, and they are not really sure whether or not they're, friend or foe. So, initially there was like a big, huge wave of support, whereas now there isn't as much support internally.
Are you finding the trust issue something a big?
It's been a trust issue all the time.
Yeah, I guess it
A
has
bigger
been.
trust issue now, yeah, for sure.
And how can they get in touch with the Convalia project?
Well, they can either send a snail mail to 89 Queensway West, Suite 204 in Mississauga, and it's L5B2V2. Donations can be made through Canada Helps, and every donation gets a receipt. My email address as well, martaburic@rogers.com.
And it's BURYCH, right?
That's right.
martaburic@rogers.com.
That's right.
Well, a lot of people, I always say stay Ukrainian, my friends, and a lot of people are staying Ukrainian. This lady's going beyond that, and she's tackling something that's, it's so inorganic. It's just like, it's such a difficult thing to deal with. It's the Konvalia project, Konvalia project. If you go on the Google it, up will come an incredibly detailed explanation on what it's all about. I think you should take a look at it, and because they need the help too. Stay Ukrainian, my friends, and you as well.
Thank you, Ron.
Ми діти роду козацького, ми.
Sponsored by Ukrainian Credit Union. Believe it or not, it's Ron Cahoot with Stay Ukrainian, my friends.
We're Cossack children of history.